Hi, beautiful souls. It's your girl, Princess Leah. Welcome back to our chakra healing series. We are now in our bonus days. We are past the 7-day. We are on day 8, and we are continuing this journey, completing with our second to last chakra, the crown chakra. I'm loving this filter because it makes all these colors look super vibrant, and all the colors I'm deciding to rock today I'm also loving. And that's exactly what this crown chakra is about. Tapping into and rocking out in your unlimited self. So I'm loving this so much. We are going to learn more about this crown chakra. If you are new to my channel, welcome, beloveds. If you are a returning family and friend, welcome back. I love you. Thank you for being here. And if you're not already, subscribe to my Vibe Tribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can always know whenever I'm going live, or follow me on whatever platforms you are watching this, and however whatnots, if you would like to continue to be on this road with me as we are healing the heart of the divine masculine and the sacred feminine through conscious love. So may we continue. The crown chakra. Here today, Izzy Ivy calls the crown chakra your unlimited self. Now I say it's day 8. She says it's number 9. That's only because on the heart chakra day, I combined the high heart and the heart. So that's why we are off a little bit. But she says devotion is what the crown chakra is explaining, is what she describes devotion. Inner guidance, visionary inspiration, fathoming beyond the mind, enlightenment, connection to universe and life force energy. The crown chakra is your link to the multidimensionality of your being. Come on now, the seat of your soul. It gracefully connects you to the heavens. The infinity symbol points. Sorry, I just started reading and then had this okay, we're just gonna continue because I be that's so ravening. I was like, I see a vision. All right, we're gonna continue though, and I'll let you know what that vision just happened. Okay, the infinity symbol of limitlessness appears within the unfolding petals and points to your most potent potential. Here you can delight in the divine strands of light that dance with us when we are aligned with spirit, purpose, and truth. To restore the crown chakra, be present and flowing without rigid outcomes. Ooh, this is really good. Find more spaces in your life. Find your own way to meditate. When you're distracted, you're living on the surface level. Explore the state of flow and be receptive to the intuitive messages you may receive. The themes for the crown chakra: the way for you to be most aligned with divine guidance and connection with spirit. Healing positions at the top of your head or just above the head if lying down. Color wash white flecks with gold. White flecks of gold. White with flecks of gold and violet. I cannot read right now. This is Mercury moving into Pisces, doing all that communication and technology glitches and whatnots. I'm gonna blame it on Mercury always, but it is true actually, because I was having quite the time this morning trying to get on my Spotify and my internet. So yes, be careful driving as well, because transportation is also ruled by Mercury, is what I'm hearing to share with the crowd. Be careful. You could have car glitches. You want to make sure you give yourself plenty of time to drive in case there are accidents around you. Make sure you let your car warm up as it gets a little bit colder, is what I'm hearing as well, before you just jump out and start driving. Just to prevent as much as possible from any kind of technical transportation communication glitches. I'm also hearing texting right now, communicating can just be a little bit And that's, I mean, it sounds like, I know I'm talking about Mercury retrograde energy, but Mercury, when it's moving, transiting signs, which we're still in the days of its transit on the 6th. Now we're a few days out, but going from Aquarius, the individual humanitarian, to Pisces, the dreamer and spiritual, emotional holder being. You want to, it's gonna be a quite a transition from those two energies. So you just want to give yourself some grace and space. Not to mention, in a couple of days, we are also going to be having a huge historical moment happening in our timeline, which is Saturn, the planet of karma and responsibility, is completing, is fully completing, and now entering. We are in the final degree right now. There's a little bird on my balcony, someone's spirit guide saying hello. And it could be a little baby in heaven that is your earth angel, or maybe your spirit baby that is saying hello. But I'm hearing, though, that is a new cycle. So let me go back to that. With that cycle, that might be a message for somebody. Just throw in there. 30 years it takes for Saturn to move to move around the entire astrological zodiac wheel. Okay. For it being in its final degrees this week, while we're also in the final degrees of Aquarius season, while we're also in the final degrees of the year of the snake, as we are shedding all of it, all of our past, all of the last 30 years, all of the last year, everything that we are shedding is preparing us to come into literally a completely brand new self. And it's not a brand new self, it's your most potent potential being, the one that you were created by the gracious, omnipresent, divine source, God, Jah, Allah, divine, however you want to call it. You were created by this beautiful source, life force. And now it's time for you to tap into your unlimited self, to step into your unlimited self. So no more playing games, because look what came out again, the Magician and the Six of Crystals, which means our crown. This is why I'm wearing my Om symbol. This is my first tattoo that I ever got when I was 19. And I just thought about my sister and her tattoos that she always talks about wanting to get. So, and she's 19. So shout out to you, Sestra, Queen, Vita. This is a powerful time for you. I'm hearing a spirit message directly to you, because I know you're going to hear this. You are the magician, beautiful beloveds. Whoever is listening right now, this message is for you if it resonates. You are manifesting. What is this? Six of Crystals. Healthy, balanced, reciprocated love. And look, we have this background. I'm hearing beeps for confirmation, but it's interesting to have this background noise right now, 9:19 on the clock, okay? So shout outs to my beloveds who are taking some steps back, reversing, because this truck out here, that beeping is because this truck is reversing, so that you can take a step back and look at what it is that you are building and manifesting. What kind of equal reciprocity are you attaining and sustaining and maintaining, okay? That's a very specific message for you beloveds. 9 of Crystals. So beautiful. What you are growing, what you are manifesting, what you are the magician of, what you are building, this beautiful, reciprocated, I'm hearing balanced relationship with yourself, with others, and coming into, now this filter does kind of make it a little bit harder to see, but it's coming into your independence, interdependence. So what is interdependence? Interdependence is your whole self with another, right? It is your unlimited self moving, merging with another. The thing about, I'm seeing with the Six of Pentacles, that is the give and receive, the give and take, the balance and the harmony of offer and receive. What are you offering and what are you receiving? And are you doing it in a balanced, equal, requited way? I'm going to get a sip of water because my throat's starting to close up. And that is telling me that is because our throat chakra, as we just had our throat chakra a couple days ago, of clearing, letting our voice be heard, speaking up, sharing equally, and receiving and hearing, excuse me, you hear that? Sharing what and speaking up and sharing your truth and your desires, your requests, your asks, your needs, your wants equally as much as you are receiving, hearing, listening to others' requests, needs, asks. Does that make sense? Are you giving your presence, your energy, your heart, your love as much as you are receiving? Are you offering? What are you offering is what the Spirit is it wants to correct. Instead of give and take, offer and receive as much as you are receiving. So I think that's something that's what we're coming into with this interdependence, not codependence, not dependence, not hyper independence, but interdependence, where we are individuals together. That is very Aquarius energy as well, the individual humanitarian. Okay, so in this final week, speaking of Aquarius, we got Mr. Grandma Tony Popsicle coming out because he wants to also shout out to my baby bro, Deco. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. I know you're not watching this, but in case you do, I love you. And for everyone else, shout out to my little brother. Give him good love and light because I love him. All right, let's continue on. This was really beautiful. So let's go ahead and read about Violet here, since we have purple. So yes, someone's grandma is here in the chat as Mr. Grandma Tony Popsicle comes all the way up to me with his awesome shedding because it's very warm for February where I am at. We love it. I'll take it. But this furry cat, he knows the drill. He knows the deal. So purple, let's hear about this healing power, the healing power of the color purple. And I'm thinking about the movie, The Color Purple, how to use color to improve your mental, spiritual, and physical well-being by Betty Wood. Purple, now here's a really flamboyant color, although it is not at all that popular. It has connotations of mourning, solemnity, pomp and ceremony. It is certainly not an easy color to live with in large quantities, being very heavy and needing a powerful personality to carry it off well. If you really prefer purple to all other colors, you may be suffering from delusions of grandeur, or maybe you really are grand. I'm hearing royalty. At the least, it shows a strong desire to be individual. There's that Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Crystals. Even eccentric. It is a color usually associated with the Madame Arcati, type of clairvoyant. All beads and purple plush robes. Purple people, I love how she says that, are usually fastidious, witty, and sensitive, but with a strong desire to be different. Sounds like Aquarius to me. They have Jupiterian attributes, being expansive and extrovert, but also highly strung, temperamental, and artistic. They also can be aloof, sarcastic, and introspective when misunderstood. more interested in culture than humanity. More interested in culture than humanity. Purples often have highfalutin ideas about life. On the good side, they are unconventional and tolerant, interested in philosophy and often very verbose about their ideals while not actually doing anything about them. That sounds like Aries. They are dignified and like to achieve a position of authority, which they regard as their natural place. Aries. And Leo. That's what I'm getting to. So I'm picking up these energies, so that these energies might, be energies of these signs might resonate with you. They can be intellectual snobs. Bops considers purple the color of the nucleus of all life impulses. Bops is one of the researchers. The color of the opening bud, the first streak of dawn, and the last ray of the setting sun. He maintains that purple can produce a high state of exhilaration, but this is soon followed by an equally intense state of irritation. And finally, depression. He quotes the analogy of hearing a single pleasing sound. However pleasing in itself, it cannot be endured for long. If purple is really your color, maybe you should get down from that throne once in a while and brighten up your color scheme with some variations of its complementary yellow-green. So this makes a lot of sense. The royal color is purple, right? And so to put yourself on a pedestal as the aura of color of purple does make sense. And then, but I do hear that it can also cause arrogance if on the shadow aspect is what I think she's picking up on, is a shadow aspect of the crown chakra can be arrogance, can be the one who has to have it all. It has to be the best at it all. Egotistical is what I'm hearing. And actually I'm going to the crown chakra right now because I'm being called to here in the chakra healing book of Chakra Healing by Liz Simpson. And the archetypes, exactly, this makes sense, is the guru, which is the light aspect, the higher aspect of the crown chakra, and then the lower aspect or the shadow aspect of the crown chakra is the egocentric. So I'll read the guru. This archetype, in many retrospects, holds the key to living successfully on this earth in the acceptance of personal limitations and the awareness that all things are possible. The egocentric, self-determination and tight control over their own lives make egocentrics value materialism, only to find, when this is no longer meaningful, that they lack the inner resources to get more from life. This is when people have, what do they call it? The crisis point in midlife occurs when a deep longing for meaning and purpose fails to be assuaged by material success. That's what, and this is so perfect right now if you're experiencing what you might feel as a midlife crisis. This is the Saturn returning. It will be moving into Aries for the first time in 30 years this Friday the 13th, or Saturday, Valentine's Day, wherever you are in the world. This is the cry for the egocentric shadow aspect of the crown. Is this it? Have you ever asked yourself that? Is this all that life is about? And I'm hearing Ram Dass of his journey, of how he went from being this professor and then being fired for starting to speak on spirituality once he had his midlife or what you call it crisis point, egocentric crisis, because he realized there was so much more to life, and what he used to do was try to numb it, try to get that high with drugs, and then realize he couldn't get that kind of enlightenment with drugs anymore. He couldn't get that kind of enlightenment from the high of material possession. He couldn't get that same high with sexual partners. This is what happens when we start dying to our ego. This is what happens when we have an ego death and a spiritual rebirth. And that is what is happening in these days, this week, as we speak, in the final hours of the year of the snake, shedding all that is no longer able to grow with us. It's uncomfortable. It's scary. You literally might feel like you're dying, because a part of you is, the false part of you is, beloved, so that the true, authentic guru can be born. It is only then that the egocentric can learn the lesson in which the guru has already long embraced. The surrender to divine will, or detachment from outcomes. Ooh, that's good. Because sometimes it's not just the ego that we're dying to, we're also dying to these false beliefs, which is all identified through ego mind, ego identity. Ego is not necessarily bad. It's not something that we want to necessarily fully kill off. It's dying because it's transforming. It's like the ego is going from the caterpillar to a more enlightened ego that is not so immature and heavily attached to outcomes, people, expectations, and these false experiences or expectations that we feel we have to endure in order to reach fulfillment or happiness. They're just empty, fleeting voids that actually are bypassing the true depth of spiritual nourishment that our soul is yearning for. That's deep. I hope you feel that. If you do, smash that like button. Get that heart, because this is real. This is real. This is actually really, really real, happening right now with you, within me, within all of us as a collective. And we really have to make sure that we give ourselves grace, give our beloveds grace, and remember that everything, even the people that we might feel are already so strong, and like people be like, I thought you were so strong, I didn't see that you were breaking down. Okay, I am still strong, even though I break down sometimes, because I'm still human. I'm not a sage on the stage. That, again, going back to that, what Betty Wood is saying, of take yourself off that pedestal from once in a while, every once in a while. And every once in a while you might even have to take your beloved off the pedestal, and remember that they too are human, that they too, even your parents, I'm hearing, take them off a pedestal. They too are human. They too have made mistakes. They too have gone through a lot of turmoil in their life, and they too are healing. And you got to remember that and give grace for that, for yourself and others as well. Okay, I hope this is helping. This is really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. I'm going to read about the violet, since technically violet is the color, not necessarily purple, but I mean, it's really, they're very close in color, so I'm going to read violet as well. This is the color of cosmic consciousness, the color that indicates the free-ranging mind able to consider life and the universe without dogmatism, taking past and future in its scope with an awareness that life is eternal and forever evolving. This color is rarely seen to dominate an aura and is usually noted in the outer fringes, being an extension of the more spiritual auric bodies. Many New Age people have this color in their auras, thus reflecting the awareness of idealism and the coming Aquarian epoch. That's what we're saying. We are in the age of Aquarius, is what we are trying, the epoch, the epoch, I like that word, the era of the Aquarian, the aqua, the water holder, the fixed air sign that holds space for our deep emotions, so that we can be individuals together. This is what is coming into balance. Our karmic cycles are clearing with the Justice card, so that we can come into our highest potential being that we agreed to coming to this earth and embodying. We just have to remember. We are just now awakening, remembering who we are. I'm hearing Simba. Yeah, Three of Swords under that. I'm seeing the Three of Swords with the Ace of Swords, which is beautiful energy. Because this is another third-party karma, karmic third parties. This could be, love triangles. This could be third-party toxic patterns, addictions. This could be jobs that that's not fulfilling. This could be people that are, distracting and what's the word? Imposing, that's not the right word, kind of poisoning our growth. Spirit is cutting that shit out now with this Ace of Swords. That's right. We are no longer going to let these things pull us from who God created us to be, the gracious, omnipresent divine, okay? Because that is, we are made in the image of our gracious, omnipresent divine. So we might as well act like it. And I'm hearing a quote, I'm hearing a lyric from one of my raps, one of my songs, or a song that I was, featured on in a hip-hop band with a hip-hop group that I was in back in the day, about 10 years ago now, over 10 years ago now. It'll be about 11 years, yeah. In this song, I said, "It is said that gurus are placed in any soul who teaches and transforms." Never did I once imagine that you become this person, and more. I promise to respect and listen. I promise to keep on giving. I'm hoping that a love can teach and touch the souls of peers of kindred spirits. What? I love. I love that we can lift each other up. Forgive even though we've gone and fucked up. Choose each other above a false love. My baby, I give you my trust. It's funny how this crush transforms into this love. Surpass the lust through each of us. And now we can both jump into this rush of forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Hey, and then the song goes on and on. So good. That's a classic. Good one. One day it might come back. But until then, I'll leave you with that. And until the next moon, I send you my love, my light. Namaste. Take care. Bye.